All right? Let's do this. Thank you. All right, all right. So, as Harry said, I am a journalist. So, it's going to be a perspective from journalism, a storyteller. Today, I'll be talking about creativity, as I know I'm quite familiar with, because in storytelling, you need to be creative, right? So, you can, by the way, contact me here. What's wrong? Anything wrong?
Put your hands up if you've ever been at an event, seminar, or conference and technology has worked seamlessly. No, I didn't think so. So give us one moment whilst we reload the presentation.
All right. Without?
Yeah, they have it. I think it crashed. Woo! Apologies, Sule. We're going to fix this.
So, how many of you are familiar with the latest generative AI tool called Pika? Anybody?
No.
No. Now I'm going to show you this. It's going to be a milestone in the generative AI tools business, because you yourself will be the producer, the screenwriter, the director, everything you can imagine in the Hollywood. How do you like it? I mean, would you like to be the producer, the screenwriter yourself? Anybody? How does it sound? Yes. Why don't? Why not? Do you want to tell your own story? I mean, but what is the charming part of it? The visual part, the entertainment part, or is it your personal output? Which one is more charming to you? All of them. Yeah. Anybody? No? Anybody? Yes. Yeah. Yes. True. Yes. So I'm sorry to say that a lot of jobs will be gone in 5 years because of this. Because you are the professionals right now. You are amateur professionals. You will learn how to prompt in and type in, and right it goes, a movie. And you are yourself in the entertainment business. How about that? Looks fun? Sounds fun? How many of you are over 20? Me too, I'm 40-something. So I'm not happy with with what I see today, because I have experiences. I know what analog is, right? So I'm not very much okay with things proceed so quickly. And I am this or that. I mean, using generative AI tools or any electronic device, I'm quite distant with that, with the idea. Why? Because me, myself, is having experiences. I have judgments and bias, right? So, and it's normal, it's natural, it belongs to the human. So that's why I'm not really okay with all of it. Like this one, a banana taped on the wall, and it was really in the auction. So the creativity, where does it start? As I said before, I need to show you the Pika, ladies and gentlemen. Pika point art. It just gives you the sign that I am art, says Pika. Let's talk about this. It's the latest piece of generative AI, and it's creative, to be honest. But what about that? Have you ever been to Cappadocia? Anybody with the airboat babes? Yes, there you go. So, let's get back to the creativity in the ancient times. So Cappadocia is in the central Anatolia, and we have these underground cities created in the name of God, the top of the crater, if you believe in it. So what happened was, there was a volcanic eruption, and early Orthodox Christians carved soft volcanic rocks and created a life underneath to escape first from Romans and then Arabs. So, and they had such a life, it's incredible, really. You need to experience this because it's really, really unique. I've been there just 1 month ago, once again. So it's a large city of 25,000 kilometers, and they dived into 85 meters depth, and we have tunnels like everybody can use, or secret tunnels, 40 to 60 centimeter wide. Looks like they were all slim by the time. And it's not very tall, as you see. And 50,000 people lived in this underground city. And can you imagine, they created their own cities and this much. And they lived underground for over 100 years. And its creation, creativity by the time. So, and they built kind of churches, the remains of it, as you can see, that one, St. George, is the latest one. And can you imagine 842 churches they built. So, what makes it creative? It's the mind and body. It's the consciousness of human. Does it take time? What does it take? So maybe you have visited Sistine in the Vatican. As you can see, it took 7 years to build this ceiling and the wall. 7 years. Pay attention. And then let's get to the photography. And this is the first photo. I'm sure not many of you can see the view from the window. And we had photography with this images or photos. The first job of photography was to put a mark in the history, show reality, history. So I'm sure you are all familiar with these photographs. And then, this is where we came with photography. What about that? So, photography was not an art. I mean, in the 60s and 70s, people were discussing about whether photography is an art. Some said it's not about the imagination of people, of person. It's all about images. This issue is still under discussion and unsolved. Why not? Because photography is all about electronic devices, right? And they need to be sold, easy as it is. So this is AI-generated Kim Kardashian. What's the difference with extraordinarily Photoshop Kim and this Kim? Could you tell that this would be a real photograph? Would you? Maybe. So what's the difference? And why we as regular people were not against or rose up about this garbage of photography with extraordinary and non-human figures. Why didn't we? Because I think we got used to what we see, and this is the key. The more we are digitalized, we get used to it, and we are unconsciously ready to go to the next step. This is what we know. And the next step will be ethical, unethical, or useful or not, or it depends on the person's decision. But at the end of the day, when you proceed with the digitalization process, you will get what is presented, what is submitted to you. So there are critics from artists about generative AI, like Boris Eldaksen. He attends Sony's this photography award, and he wins this creative open category. And this is an AI-generated image, but looks like photograph, right? So he kind of tricked the jury of the award, and he wins the award. And he rejects it, refuses it, because he said, this is not photography. This is an image, and you knew that this was an image, and still awarded me. So I think this is very much meaningful. So let's take why millions of artists, screenwriters, writers are against generative AI using their work, and why are they filing lawsuits against AI companies. First of all, the number one problem is that it came out that we realized, as the entire world, that our data have been used unauthorized, right? So their art has been used by AI companies to train their algorithms. And they say, it's out of my authorization, without my consent, and you can't do this. And second main point is, they want to protect their copyrights and trademarks so that they can continue their living, right? So, and there are replicas generated output of their art, so, and they might make more money, more than the originals. So, and if you ask any traditional artist, they would say, no, generative AI or AI can't replace humans. So this debate is on the table, and we have unanswered and unsolved questions. So as I said, many lawsuits have been filed. Let's get to before generative AI. So there's a file by Authors Guild and Google Defense against the organization, arguing they created their search engine by scraping text from books. And this is a transformative use. However, the court concluded that it was an unauthorized, unfair use of copyrights and profits, not sufficiently transformative. So let's talk about transformative, because unfair use and transformative use is the two main terms that will be on the debate. Transformative use is, you have a hard copy book, and I transform it to a digital data. The argument, the core of the argument is, by transforming the hard copy to the digital data, is it against intellectual property, or it is technologically transformative? This lays on the very core of the problem. And then I have been following this Andy Warhol case finally concluded in May. So he takes the photograph, he uses Lynn Goldsmith's probably Vogue cover, and he uses the photographs as you see on the left, six screen images. So when he dies, his foundation stops paying copyright fee to Goldsmith, and he goes to the court, and it seems like Andy Warhol infringed a nice way of saying stealing his rights. And finally, in October, the federal judge dismisses two visual artists' claims of copyright infringement by Midjourney Stable AI and DeviantArt, but at the same time decides that one other can continue with the case. So it's still a debate unsolved. These are the questions. Is it organic? Does it belong to humans? Can machines create? Is AI generators image anonymous? Is it possible that it represents an artist's style? What does creativity take? Imagination, time, process, collaboration of mind and body, humanly artistic expression, transmission, sharing of feelings, aesthetics. Is data the new soul to create art? Has the meaning of art and creativity change? So next time you see an image by generative AI, think about this. So let me show you, do you know Refik Anadol? The famous, he is the most popular digital artist, AI artist right now. Refik is Turkish. I know him like 6 years ago. And he is like the master of generative AI. And this work is he made to Dior. How can we ignore that this is beautiful, right? And very attractive. I mean, even if I am biased and judgmental in my thoughts, but let's accept it. It's real. And it is another form of creativity. And I give you another very attractive one. This was produced in 10 minutes with Midjourney and Runway. So let me close with Arthur Clarke, famously known A Space Odyssey. He's the screenwriter of the movie by Stanley Kubrick. He is the most famous science fiction writer. So long enough, but let me say the brief of his words. Like I am, I'm not elderly, but mature enough to talk about AI. So when I say something that this is possible, it's most probably possible. But when I say this is not impossible, it's probable that I'm wrong. There is a very thin line between magic and technology. And maybe my perception, my understanding, my knowledge, and my own thoughts restrict me from distinguishing what technology can do and magic. So, thank you.